Hello everyone, go Jay. So I am Mary Rose Bibenjanilio, a third year student of Negros Oriental State University Shaton campus, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. Today, I will tackle about the curriculum evaluation models, or what are the curriculum evaluation models. But before that, we discuss first what is curriculum or what is curriculum evaluation models. So what is curriculum evaluation models? Refers to the graphical representation of the actual process of judging the response, product, or performance of the curriculum based on the established criteria. It is a method for determining the worth and effectiveness of any newly implemented curriculum. Refers to the collection of information on which judgment might be made about the worth and the effectiveness of a particular program. It is also described as a way of determining the extent to which the curriculum goals and objectives are being or has been achieved. What is its purpose? The purpose is to determine the way whether or not the newly adopted curriculum is producing the intended results and meeting the objectives that it has set forth, and it is an essential component of the process of adopting and implementing any new curriculum in any educational setting. Gather data that will help in identifying areas in need of improvement or change. How about its goal? Its goal is always to make sure that students are being provided with the best education possible, because the curriculum is a huge part of this. Curriculum evaluation is a means of deciding whether or not the chosen curriculum is going to bring the school closer to that goal. So here are some various models used to evaluate a curriculum. These include Tyler model, Taba model, Sticks model, Cronbach's model, and CIPP model. So we discuss first what is Tyler model. So Tyler model created by Ralph Tyler. So the Tyler curriculum model is a curriculum design approach focusing on four core principles: determining objectives, identifying experiences, organizing experiences, and evaluating effectiveness. So in the other definition of Tyler model is to begin the process, school officials need to determine the specific learning objectives that they want students to meet. So the Tyler model, developed by Ralph Tyler, is a straightforward approach to designing a curriculum. It revolves around four key steps. First is determining objectives. This is where you start by deciding what you want students to learn. These are the specific goals or outcomes you aim for students to achieve by the end of the course or program. Second is identifying experiences. So once the objectives are clear, the next steps is to figure out what learning activities or experiences will help students achieve these goals. This could include lessons, projects, discussions, and many more. Third is organizing experiences. After identifying the necessary learning experiences, you need to arrange them in a way that makes sense. This might mean ordering them from simple to complex or grouping them by themes. And lastly, evaluating effectiveness. Finally, you assess whether the objectives were met. This involves looking at students' performance and seeing if they learned what was intended. If the objectives aren't fully met, you might revisit the earlier steps to make adjustment. Next is Taba model, developed by Hilda Taba. The Taba model can be used by diagnosing needs of the students, formulating objectives, selecting and organizing content, selecting and organizing learning experiences, and evaluating if objectives are met. Next is Taba model, developed by Hilda Taba. It's a step-by-step approach to curriculum development. It involves the following stages: So the first stage is diagnosing the needs of students. The first step is to understand what students need to learn. This involves identifying gaps in their knowledge or skills, so the curriculum can address these areas. Second is formulating objectives. So after understanding the student's need, you set specific goals or objectives that outline what students should learn or achieve by the end of the course. Third is selecting content. Once the objectives are clear, the next step is to choose the content that will be taught. This includes deciding on the topics, facts, concepts, and ideas that are important for students to learn. Fourth is organizing content. After selecting the content, it needs to be arranged in a logical order. This could mean starting with the basic concept before moving on to more complex ones or organizing the content around the themes or units. Fifth, selecting learning experiences. With the content in place, the next step is to choose activities or experiences that will help students learn. This could include things like lessons, group work, experiments, or field trips. 6. Organizing learning experiences. These learning experiences also need to be arranged what in a way that builds on previous knowledge and makes sense of the student's learning journey. 7. Evaluating if objectives are met. Finally, after the content has been taught, you assess whether students have met the objectives. This involves checking if they've learned what was intended and understanding how effective the curriculum was. So, um, ta- the TAWA model is about first understanding what students need to learn, then creating and organizing a curriculum that helps them to achieve those learning goals, and finally evaluating if those goals were successfully met.
Next is Stakes model, so developed by Robert Stakes, so also known as the countenance model, which looks for congruence between outcomes and stated objectives. It emphasizes understanding the perspective of all stakeholders and responding to their needs for information about the curriculum.
So stake model developed by Robert Stake, also known as continence model of the curriculum evaluation, which focuses on comparing what was intended or objectives with what actually happened or outcomes. The idea is to see if they match up or there's a congruence between them. So this model also highlights the importance of considering the views of everyone involved in the curriculum, such as teachers, parents, students, and administrators. Stake believe it's crucial to gather and respond to the information these stakeholders need about the curriculum, ensuring their perspective are taken into account.
So, next is Cronbach's model, so may be used to look at the higher picture of the school system, the needs of students, and the effectiveness of the teaching materials.
So Cronbach's model of curriculum evaluation is designed to help us understand the overall effectiveness of a school system. It takes a broad view looking at how well the system meets the needs of students and how effective the teaching materials are. So this model encourages evaluators to consider the big picture rather than just focusing on individual lessons or a test. It helps identify areas where the system works well and where improvements might be needed to better support students' learning.
Next is CIPP model, developed by Daniel Staffelbehm and colleagues in 1970s. The CIPP model of curriculum evaluation consists of four main components: context evaluation, input evaluation, process evaluation, and product evaluation. So each component of the model focuses on a different aspect of the curriculum and is intended to provide a comprehensive evaluation of the curriculum as a whole.
Daniel Saffelbeam and his colleagues developed the CIPP model of curriculum evaluation in the 1970s. This, this model has four main parts, each looking at a different aspect of the curriculum. The first one is context evaluation. These parts look at the environment and needs to determine what the curriculum should focus on. Second, input evaluation. This focuses on the resources, strategies, and plans needed to achieve the curriculum's goals. Third, process evaluation. This monitors how the curriculum is being implemented to ensure everything is going as planned. Fourth, product evaluation. This evaluates the outcomes to see of the curriculum goals were met. So, by these together, these four parts helps provide a full picture of how well the curriculum is working and where it might need changes.